It is common knowledge that nowadays we are living in an information era where any little piece of data that a multi-billion dollar company can get their grubby hands on is worth potentially thousands, even if it's, well, someone's phone number per se. Now, I'll be honest, I've been partaking in this information era quite a bit. I mean, I have basically begun giving every company that's stretched their hand out all the information they can take. I haven't been very safe with my information, my carbon footprint. That's something I'm looking to change now. And honestly, if there's one catalyst for this reasoning, this sort of change of heart that I'm having, it's got to be the telemarketers. Or not the telemarketers. No. How do I say it? It's the guys who, you have a phone number, right? You're basically chilling with it. You don't use it to contact many people, maybe your friends, maybe your family. I personally don't use it at all. I usually just use text because that's just way more convenient for me. Because, half the time I'm just sounding like I'm on crack or something. But regardless, these telemarketers, they're fun. I mean, to be honest, it goes both ways. You either hate them or you love them, right? Some people just love to troll these guys. Other people are getting real sick of them. Personally, I very rarely get any calls from telemarketers because I'm too busy getting calls from the goddamn debt collectors. Now I know what you're thinking. Hold up. I'm at war with the IRS and I'm going to be gunned down the next time I step outside. No. I would say that if that were true. I mean, I did just say that. Technically, that came out of my mouth, but it ain't true. I don't owe nothing to nobody, okay? Yet here I am. 5 years later, 5 years apart from when I first got my phone number, and these goddamn, I don't want to say nothing bad, but, these debt collectors, these, let's just call them fellas, they've been on my ass for quite some time. Now, a lot of people that are close to me, they'll tell you a few things about me. One of them, those things that might come up is that I'm a very, very patient person. And I'd honestly have to give credit where credit's due. I'm going to give a shout out my boys over at FDR Limited. Let me just tell you, them folks coming out every single day. They on my phone, constantly blowing up my cellular, telling me that I got to pay this debt off that ain't even mine. Now, I'm sure, absolutely positive, that I ain't the only one who has this problem with a debt collector requesting that they need to see this person, who, by the way, I have never heard of in my life, yet here we are, 5 years later, still asking for the same goddamn person every single day. The patience I've gained from not completely losing my shit, even if I wanted to. I stood my ground. I said, sorry, you have the wrong number. And I said it over and over and over every single day. Eventually, they actually did, for a little bit, stop contacting me. But recently, it's picked up again, so I've decided, you know what, I'm in need of some content here. Might as well talk about this, because this is something I've been waiting to cover, honestly. I've been waiting for this day. Now, if you're watching this video and have the exact same problem that I'm having, where debt collectors constantly calling your phone, asking for Joe Nuts, who you have no idea who that is that your fifth uncle or something like that? You don't even know. You don't got no clue. More than likely, it's probably somebody that used that number previously and decided, you know what? I'm just not going to tell them that I switched numbers. And so they're going to be calling the poor bastard, whoever gets this number next. They're going to be calling that dude, or whoever it is going to have to take the slack for it. So let's just say in this situation, you are the poor, unfortunate individual who has taken up this recycled phone number, and you've inputted it in like your bank account follows that number, your Roblox account's attached to that number. You got a bunch of things attached to this number. Now, while getting a new number is an option, and it's a very viable one too, if you want to avoid any of the dirty work that comes with telling these guys off, that is an option. But assuming that you've got all this stuff linked to your phone already, you are most likely not going to want to do that, because you're going to have to switch everything. It's going to be a pain in the ass. You got to tell all your family, friends, relatives. It's just going to be a major pain. So at this point, you're thinking, all right, me personally, honestly, I don't use my phone at all. I don't care about this, right? They're asking for this person I've never heard of. I barely use my phone anyway, so whenever I get a call from the spoofed number that they're using, I just say, you know what? I'm going to let it ring out just to waste a little bit of their time. In fact, wasting their time might be a viable strategy. I'll get into that in a second, but for me, I don't really care about it. I just hang up. What are they going to do? Email the original owner of who has the debt? Like, send them a thing in the mail? That ain't me, man. That ain't me, so I ain't got to worry. Now, you're a more caring individual than myself. You actually take care of what you own. So you want to do some managing, right? You want to manage your own phone number. So you're like, okay, I got to get these dudes to stop calling me. I have told them multiple times, for years now, I ain't the one. I'm the wrong guy. And yet they still keep calling me. So what do you do in this scenario? Well, let's see if we can get into some crafty and some honestly pretty half decent strategies. So the first thing you can do, I'll try and level this from like easiest to most time consuming, but the first easy thing you can do, right? Understand this. These debt collectors, they are paid by commission. If they don't get your money, then at that point, they're just wasting time. So what you want to do is keep on wasting that time. If they spend 30 minutes, let's just say, give or take 30 minutes to an hour, arguing with you to pay your debts that aren't yours, and they get nothing out of it, they've just worked for free. They get paid on commission, so as soon as that debt's paid, they get paid. However, if that debt were to never get paid, because you're not going to fold like some sissy schoolgirl just because some dude on the phone called you a ninny, you're basically, you're good. You're solid. You're 100. So at the end of the day, you don't even have to talk to these guys, honestly. If you really want to troll these guys, if you really want to get these guys, like, use a strategy that's really hands-off, try and get them off your back, leave them on mute. It's as simple as that. Mute yourself, leave them on mute, let them call, pick up, and don't say nothing. Just leave them on mute. Let the clock run. Eventually, they'll just give up. If you don't say anything, if you don't get baited by them, they'll just give up eventually. Now, if let's just say you were to try and waste their time, that would be an even better, more effective strategy. If you constantly get into arguments with these guys over and over again that last for nearly an hour, they're eventually just going to give up, because at that point they're just wasting hours, hours basically, on you. That one person who's literally never going to pay their debt. And doesn't have to, because it's not you. Also, while I'm at it, this should go without saying, but if you are in debt and the company is calling you, you are playing a completely different ball game, my friend. So just be warned that these strategies might be not viable. Let's just say that. They might not work against the gunslinging IRS, let me tell you. Now, another point I should bring up is that these people aren't exactly the most logical. And what I mean by that is basically you can tell them all you want that it's not you, and you can give all the evidence that it's not you. At that point, they just don't even care anymore. Whoever's debt it is, it doesn't even matter. All they want is for that debt to be paid off. So what you got to understand is that they don't care if you're telling the truth. They're going to keep coming after you. Even if you say it ain't you, you ain't the one. They don't care anymore. Another viable strategy, and this goes on the phone calling thing, is that you can actually just straight up bait them. How this works is you say absolutely nothing other than go ahead. They will probably say, hello, I'm here looking for the said person, and you just say go ahead. They are most likely in a rush to try and get, they're trying to get paid, so they're going to just start spewing out information about this certain person and what they owe and how they're trying to pay off their debt, right? Now, after they give you the details, they give you the rundown of that person's debt and the situation at hand, you can hang up, call them back later, and inform them that they basically just committed a crime. They violated that person's confidentiality. Now, they might stop calling after that, but usually these strategies tend to get used a ton, so they may have wised up and they'll just keep calling you, realizing that you're honestly not going to really, what are you going to do? Take it to court that they violated someone's confidentiality, that you have no clue who it is, so they might just keep calling after that. Now, if you're really into this, if you're really trying to get them off your case, right, I'll leave a link in the description. Basically, this little page here from the government will give you an outline of what rights you have when dealing with these debt collectors. Because do not be surprised if you look at this page and realize, hang on, these guys have violated multiple regulations that they're supposed to be following. Do not be surprised if that happens. These guys play dirty. They just keep on keeping on. Like, they don't care about no laws. What? That doesn't apply to them. They're trying to catch a bag. What do you mean? Now, basically, you'll just end up having to file a complaint, say, hey, look, you've called me more than 3 times in the span of a week, so I'm filing a complaint, going to the government, or making a complaint in a small claims court. Honestly, I could go into it for like half an hour, but you can read up on it yourself. Basically, I want you to know that you have options. If you really want to deal with these guys, if you really want to get them off your case, and you want to make it official, you want to put it on paper, you want to just go to the government, tell them hey, yo, screw off, stop calling me, then you can definitely for sure do that. Anyways, to end off this video, again, if you're like me and don't really give a shit, you don't even use your phone at all anyways, and whenever they call, you can just hit decline, knowing damn well that they ain't got nothing on you, then by all means, keep on keeping on. They can keep calling for all eternity, for all I care. I'll probably outlive some of the employees working there, if I'm being completely honest. But at the end of the day, it's like this. I hate my goddamn phone number. I don't even know why I have it, honestly. It's really just a curse at this point. The amount of times I get called by these guys while I'm watching an interesting YouTube video is annoying. If you like this video, found it informative, leave a like, comment if you are having this issue, and if you've taken steps to solve it, please tell me. I want to know. I need some strats here. Like I've always been saying, I'm always looking to grow, always looking to, load up my arsenal of knowledge. So if you got a method to deal with these guys, then please let me know in the comments. Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new. Daily content, keeping on this little YouTube spree, this streak I've got going on. I don't know how long it'll last, but I'm going to ride this wave until I, crash and break my spine. Anyways, that's it from me. And yeah, take it easy.